Alright, teasing the night map here. Come Snail away, so for people that don't know, we have quite a few students here at NYU who play Killer Queen, because we have a cabinet right here on the floor. And there's usually enough students to split into two teams. Last week we had Escargot, and this week it looks like they have formed into Come Snail Away, with Meaningful Choices being usually the main NYU team. Okay, so here at the beginning, it looks like we have a lot of nothing. No econ push, the snail is barely moved. There's a lot of military out for Come Snail Away, as they now push with a speed drone a little bit of econ. Not the best use of speed. Speed isn't super helpful on horizontals. But there we go, actually, Come Snail Away getting a queen kill on Bleediocre, which means that for now, even though Bleediocre has moved that snail quite a bit, it's now moving back from blue. You might have to give this to Come Snail Away. They have a slight military lead. They even have a very slight econ lead with 1 berry to 0. Oh, there we go. A kill on the blue queen. That might reverse their fortunes. But still, we have a pretty strong blue military out. Oh, they should not take that fight. Never take a fight with a queen when she's on the ceiling. She's just going to win every single time. This snail is now moving back. It looks like both of these teams have decided this is not an econ game. The time for econ is over. This is going to be a full military press from both sides, and a fight over this snail. And right now it looks like Gold is doing a good job of getting control of this snail once again, and moving at least back into the center. That means, however, we could be looking at a long game. We have queen kills on both teams, but if these queens get a little bit smarter about surviving, oh, blue almost getting pincer attacked, and oh, the entire gold military taken out there, but oh, so is the blue military. So we now have the queen guarding the snail as it gets brought back, but there are no blue gates. So gold is going to get a pretty strong military out, oh, and the queen goes down, so there are no gates coming anytime soon, which means that Bleediocre is going to have a very strong military out, but that having been said, Come Snail Away had managed to move the snail quite far, so this Bleediocre push on the snail is a long way from succeeding. It's only now crossing the center line. It is a speed snail, which means that it might start working pretty fast. When it starts going, it's going to get there. It gets there in about 28 seconds from the center of the screen. So there's a clock now for Come Snail Away. They need to get a military out. They need to take back this snail, and they need to start moving it. Because once again, neither team has done any econ. Unfortunately, Come Snail Away's queen is down to her last life, and that means she can't really do this. She cannot be the military force of Come Snail Away. They really need to get a military out, but right now, again, there are no blue gates, so it is impossible for them to do so. Okay, Come Snail Away's queen now opening up a gate, but it's immediately shut down by the gold queen. Right now, Bleediocre seems to have a death vice grip. Oh, and there we go. A bad bounce from Come Snail Away's queen means that Bleediocre takes the lead, 1-0. Yeah, Bleediocre just had a vice grip on that board. Come Snail Away, going with the same strategy, and for a while it was back and forth, but just a few rounds where they lost control of the gates meant that they couldn't get the military presence they needed out, which means that very quickly they lost control of the game. I'm sorry, Josh. I only ever cover the mic when I'm literally yelling across the room for teams to show up. But believe me, that's not the experience you want. Whatever experience you want, that's not the experience you're looking for. Okay, here we go. Ooh, an early queen kill for Come Snail Away, and they're going to snail strat. This is a snail. This is a snail game, and that's going to help out a lot. We'll see. Oh, and they win the tunnel fight. So we have got a speed snail for blue moving across. We're getting a lot of gold military coming out to protect this. Gold starting to swarm this snail, in fact. Ooh, and tunnel fight there that gold takes. So again, this is a oh no, is gold? No. Okay, I thought I saw a drone going for econ, but no. Well. Look, right now it is a snail game. There is 0 econ on the board for either team. Ooh, another kill on Bleediocre's queen. So she is really weak now. She cannot really take fights anymore without risking the whole game for her team, which means that if this is a snail fight, Come Snail Away has a pronounced lead. Now, unfortunately, they seem to be wasting their military trying to chase her down. That one warrior is not going to win. Oh, but Come Snail Away's queen comes up and wins the bounce battle, meaning that Come Snail Away ties it up 1-1. So that was a Snail game, very short, that ended up transitioning very quickly into a military game, as Come Snail Away realized that at early kill on Bleediocre's queen, gave them the foothold they needed to take control, and really what we had was a much faster reverse, it seems, of the last game, where it was Come Snail Away that managed to maintain all the time the dominant military presence, forcing Bleediocre's queen out into the open, and finally cinching the win. So we'll see if either of these teams decides to go for something a little different. No, it looks like Come Snail Away is once again going to be going on the snail. Oh, an early kill on the blue queen this time. So that might be difficult, right? Right now we have once again a lot of gold military, and blue military just starting to go. Gold getting that speed snail out and moving, and once again there is very little blue military to answer. Come Snail Away, looking maybe at a repeat of that first game where Bleediocre really getting control of those gates, making sure that they are winning those military fights. Ooh, and another kill on the blue queen, because once again she doesn't have much of a choice but to get into the fray and try to stop this snail push, which is just moving very quickly now. This is a slow snail now, but it was a speed snail for quite a while, which means that it has very quickly gotten to the point that it's at. Okay, a blue warrior diving in and getting out. A good move there, taking out the rider. But once again, blue military is hard pressed, very hard pressed to get in there. A lot of guards right there doing what they need to do, which is just hugging that ceiling right above the snail, which means even if the queen dives in there, it's going to be very dangerous. Oh, a good dive by the queen, takes out some gold military. And blue, for once, actually seems like they have the military dominance. But once again, there are no blue gates out, so every soldier that dies is just going to have to be stuck as a drone. The blue queen is forced to do too many jobs at once. Okay, blue military is going to get out a little bit, but that blue queen cannot do this by herself. She's on her last life. She cannot take any risks. Here we go. Oh, takes out the gold queen, wins that bounce battle. That is good news for them. But once again, very little military out. Now, there's no gold military out either, but blue is also not using this chance to get on the snail and move it back a little bit. Gold is still the only one moving the snail, and that snail is very, very close now. Okay, actually blue taking a little bit of a military lead and taking some good fights, meaning that snail is going to start moving. Oh, blue warrior chasing the queen, but that's not going to win. Gold teasing at the snail, but now it is a fight over this snail. Riders dying left and right, left and right. Bleediocre is going to need some good moves, though, to get back in this game. Their warriors are coming in and immediately dying. Ironically, even though she's up a life, it is Bleediocre's queen that's being much more cautious than Come Snail Away's queen. And right now, that's what's keeping Come Snail Away still in this game. They can protect their rider. They have this very powerful military unit, which should be playing a much more cautious game. Oh, we're going to have a bounce battle here. Ooh, but the blue queen needs to get out of there. Almost a pincer. Ooh. Okay, blue military getting hit now. It seems like gold sort of took a break, and maybe that was what they were doing. They were taking a break. Gold Queen didn't want to get in there. She wanted to get control and wait until she had a strong military presence out. And now they've done it. They have got a good military presence out. 2 warriors to 0. Blue Queen to her last life, and the snail is moving again. And there are no blue gates, so there are no blue warriors coming anytime soon. This is really difficult. Blue Queen's going to have to put herself out there, but this is incredibly dangerous for her. And there you go. Bleediocre's warrior manages to find the blue queen, and Bleediocre goes up 2-1. All right, we have a bonus game now running. We have, as we know, the bonus game does not count, but it's a nice little break and maybe a momentum changer for some of the teams. Right, this could be a time for Come Snail Away to flex their muscles and show that they're not out of this yet. Alright, so in this, it looks like Come Snail Away actually has a pretty good board presence. Their queen doing a good job of keeping control of all the gates. Gates are even more important here in the bonus game because without gates you don't get any you don't get any soldiers out, and it's a military-only game. No econ, no snail, and there you go. Come Snail Away takes it. Let's see if they use that win, that humiliation of Bleediocre, to shift the momentum a little bit. And take this fourth game hopefully putting a W in their column and pushing us into the distance, where we'll be going back to the night map. One of the things we've noticed here as we've run this tournament quite a few times is that actually when you do 2 out of 3, very often you get shutouts. You get 2 zeros quite often. But for some reason, when you put a shit up to 3 out of 5, you're much more likely to get comebacks. You're much more likely to get games that go the distance. And that's always more exciting. So whenever we have enough teams, we can't do it with 8 teams. We'd be here until 2 a.m. But whenever there's, the right number of teams, we like to do 3 out of 5 because it really does lead to these more exciting matches, right? I'm definitely looking forward to a 4th game between these 2 teams. It would be sad if it was ours. Okay. Ooh, a very early kill on Come Snail Away's Queen. Maybe that's a little bit of revenge for losing that bonus game. And Bleediocre is pushing the Snail with speed. They have a speed drone down there that's being very cautious. They're smart. The speed drone is extremely valuable. The speed drone is buying you 20 to 30 seconds on this Snail, and so it is much more valuable for them to just hop off for 1 or 2 seconds, stay alive, and jump back on. Okay, so both of these teams once again deciding that this is a Snail game, neither one pushing Econ, but the Blue Queen is down to her last life, and she does not have a lot of military out. In fact, at this point, Gold Queen now moving away, just making sure that no more blue military gets out. There's a blue speed warrior out, but he's not doing much, and there you go, that Snail pulls in, and Gold takes it, Bleediocre takes it, 3-1. All right,